Okay, so this graphic right here, just on a new layer, just go to File, Place, locate it into the folder, this graphic right here. And you have all these options, but for this, it's just a ping image, so we'll just place it in there. Click and just drag it onto the screen like that, so you have that image. So before you dim it down, just trying to help you organize this to make it as easy as you can. This is actually a photograph taken off of a screen. So here, just putting a ruler guide at the lower left corner of this space, then taking the rotation tool and putting the center of rotation right on there, and then you can just rotate this a little bit. So it gives you somewhat, at least if you can, as a straight looking image that you can possibly get. And then on the layer here, I'm just going to double click and lock and dim this down. Click OK, and just work on a layer above this. And it's not a difficult graphic, but it's, like I said, it's going to be something that has some spinning motion into it. So with this started, I'm just going to start at the bottom, build a rectangular shape that's going to come out blue, but I'll just hit the default black and white and turn off the fill, just so I have the stroke. And the nice thing about it, I can set this up and use a ruler guide to place right on the middle, so that everything else that comes through this I can just add to that center line. So I'm just going to take the direct selection tool to grab these two corners and arch them down a little bit, so it sends that piece up. Here I can take another section. If I want to go from the inside out, I can just hold the option and get to the approximate top of that section, still bump it down a bit. Use the direct selection to grab these two sections to curve it. Come up a little bit. There's a little piece here. So I just draw that section in there. And then this time I didn't use the line, so I'm just going to select these three items. Use the align, just make sure it's aligned to selection. And click it right there and just bump this over so it's right on the center. So with these three highlighted, just using the Pathfinder, merge those together. Again, try to find the horizontal center for this one. And the text, just going to type capital and highlight that. Give that a color. And again, give this guy a color. This one I can use the eyedropper just to show you that color. Maybe I'll make it a little darker brown in there. Okay. And again, I can select these items and again go to the center for that piece. Just bump it over so it's on the middle. So that's the base. And then this part, you can see it's off center, but as long as I give myself an approximate center line right here, it'll make it a little bit easier. So take the elliptical tool, just going to reset this, make sure that's not selected, and just click on the default, and just option for the center to come out to the outside edge. I'm kind of looking at the item down here right now. So here's the thickness of the stroke. I'm going to bring open the stroke panel. This part that has it from the outside or inside, you can adjust it for those pieces as well. Makes it a little easier. Do the same thing, just option to create this secondary one. Just use the eyedrop tool to click, so it's going to be that color of green, but I'll just option and set it over to the side and give it a black line just so you can see it. The pieces that have the circular sections for the holes cut out, I'm just going to keep it right on the center line right here. Make that circle. Option for that one. And come up with this one here. So it gives me this these selections right here. And Just so you can see it, I'll give it a solid color. And then this one, I'll give that a color. And that's what's going to come out of it. So I'm trying to rotate these pieces right here. So I just select these two pieces here, give them a different color so you can see it, and then rotate this. So just going to click Option this time and click the mouse right dead center and just type in 360 divided by 4, hit Preview and copy and duplicate. Now I have all these pieces. So you can simply just Shift key, select these, and the green one. And just go to the Pathfinder and click on minus from front. And that gives you that selection. So just Command X to make it a path, and you can see it's going to rotate. So just click on the rotation tool, hit return. It's just going to go 45. Preview that and hit OK. So just kind of turning that selection. This blue part plus this section. Do the same function here. Let's see if that's going to do it. Move that over like so. Let's see if I can do this part. Minus it from back. So just Shift key this. I'm going to go minus from back. There we go. It was behind it. So now I have this graphic placed in there. I'll take the eyedrop tool to select that one. And you see there's still a pink circle that's behind this. So just Option and Shift that key. Eyedrop tool to make that piece. And send it to the back. So you can make these any color you'd like. I just started it off with this section right here. So let me move this. Set this over to the side here. You can see this part here. And just kind of making this like so. And that's the graphic that we'll take in and animate with this section right here. Okay, so again, you can change this, change the colors, get a little more contrast, but just the basic part of it is what you have so far in there. So let that be your next step. And again, you have a whole slew of colors to choose from. Picking that section there. So you can change a number of color choices there.